Hi, welcome to Yoga by Janelle. Today's class is Yoga for COVID-19 Recovery Part 2. In this class, you're going to have a little bit more involved yoga class. It's going to be a little bit more challenging, and you're going to have more stretching and more strengthening opportunities. We're no longer going to be doing the pranayama at the beginning, and we're no longer going to do the restorative portion at the end. So if you've done the other class, hopefully you have seen some benefits from that class as well. I hope and pray that you'll see benefits from this class. I did the first class for 2 weeks. I did it 6 days a week. And right now I am actually doing this class as we speak, but I decided to go ahead and record it just so it wouldn't be so long getting on YouTube. So if you haven't already, go ahead, like and subscribe to my channel. And leave me a comment. Let me know how your recovery is going. And if you're just not feeling well, you can also do this class. You don't have to have COVID to do the class. And I would appreciate you sharing my videos. All right, thanks a lot, guys. For today's class, you're only going to need to use your mat. So go ahead, grab your mat and meet me in child's pose. To get into child's pose, just bring your toes together, spread your knees out to the sides of your mat. You're going to lean your bottom back towards your feet, bringing that head down to the ground, walking those arms out forward, having those fingers spread apart. We're going to inhale and exhale it out. Continue to breathe. And exhale it out. Lift your head up slightly. Drop those arms over to your left. And bring that head down as far as you can. And begin breathing again. We're going to inhale. Try to inhale for the count of 4, and then exhale it out for the count of 4 as well. And walking it back to the center. Continue walking it over to your right. While you're breathing, I want you to focus in on your breathing and try to allow any thoughts, any judgments to leave at this time. And return back to center. We're going to go in, keeping your arms straight. Take your right arm. We're going to push it through the opening between your body and your left arm. You're going to bring your head down to the ground. Result in a slight twist of the body, beginning to get a little bit of rotation in your back. And breathe. If you suffer from spinal contortions, please do not do this one. And return back to center. We're going to reverse, bringing that left arm in through the center of the right arm. Opening. And releasing it again. Go ahead and come up into hands and knees. Once you're in hands and knees, you want to try to align your arms so that your wrists are directly underneath of your elbows and shoulders. You want to have your knees underneath of your hips. We're going to go into cat and cow. You're going to inhale, dropping and putting an arch in your back. Setting your gaze forward, and you're going to exhale, rounding that back out. Inhale. exhaling it out. Inhale. And exhaling it out. Inhale. And exhale it out. We're going to push up into our camel pose. You're going to bring one arm back, bring the right arm to the right heel, left arm to the left heel. And stretch that chest out, dropping that head back. And keep those abdominals pulled in, taking a few breaths. And bring yourself back up, unwinding, left arm first, right arm second. Come back down into child's pose for just a moment. Stretching out the back. And lift back up into tabletop. We're going to move on to the next portion. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next portion. I will tell you, depending on where your body is today, do the modification that works for you. You can start, we're going to do a little bit of ab work, try to work on those abdominal muscles. You can start in your tabletop position, extending that left leg out. Draw those abdominal muscles in, drawing in towards your chest as much as you can, and pushing it back out. For a little bit more challenge, we're going to push up into downward facing dog. And we're going to lift that left leg up, drawing in into a plank, pulling that knee in 3 times. One more time. And set that leg down, switching over to the other side. And into downward facing dog. We're going to walk those feet up to the top of our mats. Lifting those toes, placing your palms underneath of your foot so that your toes are resting on your wrist. And taking a few breaths. Release your hands to the floor. On the next inhale, you're going to bring your hands to your shins, lifting up into a flat back. And lower it down. Going to inhale, lift into a full stand. Bringing those arms all the way up and to your chest. We're going to bring those arms down once more, lifting them all the way up and through. Inhale. Exhaling it down. Lifting into a half lift. Exhaling it down into plank. And all the way down. Going to inhale into cobra. And exhaling it down. And from here, we're going to take in to doing some push-ups. I don't want you to bring your arms out to the side. Keep your elbows facing back. If you feel strong enough, you can come up onto your toes and you can do your push-up and plank. If you are still regaining strength like I am, you can keep your knees on the ground and just push up through your arms. So we're going to take an inhale here, and we're going to push it up, inhale it in, and exhale it out. 2 more times, inhaling it in, and exhaling it out. Inhaling it in, and exhaling it out. And this time pushing up into tabletop. On our way into downward facing dog. You can walk or you can step through. You're going to inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, lift. Exhale to your heart. We're going to go through that one more time. You're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back into plank. And lower yourself to the ground. We're going to inhale, doing our push-ups again. Arms are facing the rear, or elbows, I'm sorry. Your elbows are going to be facing the back of the room. You're going to inhale, lifting up onto your knees. And exhaling it down. Inhale, lift. Keep those abdominal muscles tightened in. Exhaling it down. Inhale, lift. And exhale it down. And pushing back up into tabletop. On your way to downward facing dog. You're going to lift up through, stepping it into your high crescent lunge. In this position, make sure that your front knee is tracking between the second and third toes. Abdominal muscles are drawn in. Your heel should be facing the back of the room. And we're going to rotate that back heel down to the ground so that the ridge of the foot is on the ground. This is warrior one. Try to maintain that 90-degree angle, that front leg. Open into warrior two. You'll have your gaze over your right arm. Abdominal muscles are drawn in. Taking up your breaths here. Lower your left hand down. Rotate the right arm up. Lean back over to your left. Your gaze is going to be on that right arm. Feeling that stretch on the side of your body, breathing in to that right side of your body. Return back to warrior two, dropping that forearm down to your thigh and stretching up and over. Getting a nice stretch on that left side of your body. Breathing in that breath, breathing it into the left side of your body. Coming back into warrior two. Bring those legs straight, rotating those feet back into your high lunge. You should be facing your left side now. Back heel should be up. Front knee should be tracking second and third toe at a 90-degree angle. Rotate that back heel down. Opening into our warrior two. Taking a few breaths here. Abdominal muscles should be drawn in. Lower that right arm down. Rotate the left arm up. Leaning back over to your right side. Getting a stretch in that left side of your body. Breathing that air and feeling the energy on that left side of your body. And turn into your warrior two. Dropping that forearm down onto your thigh. Stretching up and over. Getting that stretch and breathing into that right side of your body. And coming back to your warrior two. Bring those feet together. Walk them in. We're going to rotate and turn to our left. And inhale those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the ground. Stepping back into plank. Lowering down to the ground. Taking an inhale up into cobra. Exhaling it down. Inhaling into tabletop or directly into downward facing dog. Stepping through that left leg. Going to go into a little bit of a low stretch. Maintaining that knee behind that toe. Dropping that back leg down to the ground. Flatten that toe out, making space in between those legs, getting a stretch. You're going to bring yourself up if you can. You can have your hands on your thighs. Hands can be raised. You're going to lean back into your back leg. Bringing that front leg toe all the way back towards your shin. And bringing that front foot back on the ground. Moving forward. Tucking that back toe. Pushing up. Bringing that right leg forward. We're going to step back, bring your left leg in the back. We're going to go down to a low lunge, stretch. Find a place where your hands is comfortable. And dropping that knee down to the ground. Flatten that toe. You can stay here in this position. You can bring those hands up to your thighs. Hold it. You can bring those arms up as well. Okay, we're going to sit back into this other stretch where you're going to extend that front leg out. Bring your toes towards your shin and laying down to what is comfortable for you. Foot back onto the ground. I'm going to tuck that toe. I'm going to push up. I'm going to step back into downward facing dog. I'm going to come down onto plank. Bring those knees down. And then bring yourself down into child's pose. Now I want you to slightly, with your forehead on the ground, slightly rock yourself back
as if to just slightly move the skin on your forehead up towards the top of your head. Take a few breaths. Two more breaths. And lift your head up. Coming back into your tabletop position. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to come on down onto our side. I want you to have your right leg so that it is facing forward, so that your knee is facing forward. And we're going to bring your left leg carefully over, crossing it over that right thigh. We're going to gently twist, looking over the left shoulder. And taking a few breaths. And we're going to release that. We're going to switch leg positions. So this time, the left leg, knee, is going to be facing forward, crossing the right thigh leg over, so that that foot is on the floor, gently twisting, looking over that right shoulder. And release it. We want to separate those legs in front. We want to walk those arms down as far as you can. And hold it. Come back up. Gonna walk it over to our right side. Gonna grab onto your foot. Bringing that chest towards your thigh. And bringing it back up. Walking it over to your left. And coming back up to center, rotate those legs around so that you're lying flat on your mat. You're going to bring your knees so that your knees are facing upward. Your feet are going to be flat on the floor. Keep those thighs racked inward so that your legs aren't going out to the sides. Have a little bit of space between your neck and your chin. We're going to inhale, lift that pelvis up. And exhale it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale it down. Inhale, lift again. And exhale it down. Crossing your left leg over your right thigh. You're going to bring that leg up towards your chest. You can wrap your hands through the middle, getting a little bit of a pull into stretching that leg. And releasing it down, switching over, right leg over the left, pull that leg in, bring that toe towards your shin, getting a stretch there, and releasing it. Stretch those arms out to your side. You're going to just lower those legs to your right. And gazing over your left. And returning to center and switching. Legs to the left, gazes to the right. One more time on each side. And back to your center. Lower those legs down. We're now going to start Shavasana. Bring those arms down to your sides. Palms are going to be facing up. Allow yourself to relax in the mat. Allow yourself to return to your normal breathing pattern. And while you're relaxing, you can begin to allow your thoughts to return. Only letting those things that are helpful to you and useful enter. Anything that serves you no purpose, allow it to stay out. At this time, we're going to go ahead, bring some movement back into your fingers and back into your toes. We're going to roll onto your side and we'll begin to bring ourselves to a seated position. As you begin to sit, I urge you to allow yourself to regain yourself before you begin to stand. Just make sure that you're not dizzy. Thank you again so much for joining my Yoga for Recovery COVID-19 class, part 2. I hope this class is going to help you completely make a full recovery from this. Again, go ahead, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share this video if you think there are people that need it. I am so grateful to have you in these classes with me. I don't know how to thank you enough, but all I can say is you guys stay safe and have a wonderful day, and thanks again.